everybody. Good morning. Happy Saturday to y'all. How y'all doing? My name is Mike D, aka DDE80, aka 13th Wonder of the World. So nice to see y'all. So nice to hear from y'all this morning. Shout out to the Point Place family. Shout out to Bobby Reezy going through a time of bereavement. I want to keep his head up, keep him in my prayers as he goes forth with his time of bereavement. Shout out to M Breezy, shout out to Vaya, shout out to my sister. I love all y'all. I'm not gonna be on here long. I know today is college football. I know today is NBA. I know today is NHL. It's a happy Saturday. I just want to say, I hope the LSU wins against Alabama today. It's gonna be a tough one, but they can go into Alabama and beat them if they have their head on straight and they play with the game plan that they have. Daniels is going to have a great game. Neighbors should have a great game. So we're going to see what LSU does against Alabama today. Um, USC and Washington is going to be a game I'm going to look at. I think Washington can beat them, but USC, excuse me, not USA, but USC has a shot at it. So we'll see what happens. Even Oklahoma State versus Oklahoma. Going to be an interesting game to see what Oklahoma does as well. A couple of college football games today that everybody's going to be looking at and looking out for. James Madison against Georgia State or somebody. I don't know why they took James Madison out of the top 25. They were there. Now this week they're not there. I don't understand that. I don't get that. But James Madison is undefeated. In about 2 hours, Crown Jewel comes on. And my predictions of this: Logan Paul will become the United States champion. I do believe there is a 70% chance that Logan Paul walks out of Saudi Arabia United States champion. That's the first thing. Number two, I don't think that the other title, I think Bianca could possibly beat Io Sky. I think that's a possibility. I know that Cody Rhodes is probably going to beat Damian Priest. I know that Sami Zayn is going to beat JD. I can tell you the matches that I do think. I think Rhea Ripley will keep her title. But I'm telling you guys, I think that Io Sky and Rey Mysterio loses today. Because here's why I say that. Logan Paul has in his contract that he has a shot at a title. That's going to happen. You know, and with all the wrestling going on tonight, and they don't have to worry about the competition because WWE's pay-per-view is going to be off, and then you're going to go and watch AEW Collision tonight. It's interesting to see what happens on AEW Collision tonight. I don't know the format on it. I know last night was AEW Dynamite. There was some great matches on there as well. But I'm here to tell you guys this, and I want everybody to know that the NBA is going to be interesting tonight. The Lakers and the Magic play against each other again. They had a barn burner in LA the other night, a couple of nights ago before they played, against the Clippers. The Lakers got to have that same mentality going into Orlando tonight. They have to beat the Magic the same way they beat them the other night. That means AD's got to go for LeBron and all these other guys. The other night, AR-15 and Christian Woods was the reason why the Lakers won. Not counting AD and LeBron out because they did their thing. D'Lo did his thing too. D'Lo had like 20-something points. So they're breaking the pieces down of what they. The bench is what the problem is. And Gabe Vincent and all those boys and Jackson Hayes and all these other guys they got out there can make something happen for them. All they got to do is just apply themselves and everything will be peaches and cream. And that's what I'm just talking about with the Lakers, man. I mean, they have a chance. The mid-season tournament, my friend, she didn't know what I was talking about when I was talking about the tournament. The mid-season tournament is kind of like a consolation prize, but it's also a competition to see if the teams are willing to play hard. You know, it's 500,000 to each player that when they win the tournament. So that, some of those guys could get at the charity or whatever, but it's whoever gets to Vegas. You have to get to Vegas now to play. And this is a great concept for the NBA because with having this mid-season tournament is very important. I think it's important to what we see. It's important to who can do anything and all that there. Dame Lillard was the reason why they beat the Knicks last night. Of course, Joker and Murray and those boys were able to beat the Dallas Mavericks. And I'm just saying, it's just the way it is. It's just the way that, it's very interesting to see. Just keep posted up on it. It's going to be going on for at least a month. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with the mid-season tournament. It's another way to bring revenue into the NBA as well. It's also it's giving Vegas, even though Vegas does not have an NBA team, it's giving Vegas NBA money. You see what I'm saying? It's putting money in their pocket. Vegas. It's putting money in Vegas' pocket. Even though they don't need it, but yes, they do because they have the aces there, but the NBA is a football team. They have what it takes. And that's why they're doing it. They're just putting more money in the pocket of the city of Vegas, in the state of Las Vegas. That's just all it is. The city of Las Vegas, not because it's Nevada, the state, but the city is Las Vegas. That's all it's doing. And that's the way I see it, and that's the way that it should be, just like that. Okay, everybody. Good luck today on all your picks, your over and unders, your money line, your player performance, and all these things right here. Good luck to you guys winning. I'm praying that God let you win on your picks. I'm praying that everything goes right for you, no matter how small or how big the money is. Good luck today. God bless you. God keep you. I'm out. I'll probably come back on later on today, or it'll probably just be early tomorrow. But anyway, enjoy your Saturdays. Enjoy the NBA. Enjoy college football. Enjoy NHL. Enjoy, whatever sport that you're watching today. Wrestling, WWE, AEW. Enjoy it all. I'm Mike D, DDE80. God bless you. God keep you. I'm out. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing today? Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Mike D, a.k.a. DDE80, a.k.a. Mike DZ. Happy Monday to y'all this evening. Hope y'all having a great day, a great Monday. I just want y'all to know that everything is all right. You're still on the land of living. You're still breathing, and everything is okay. Sometimes situations are not the way we want them to be, but just keep on striving to be better at what you do. That's my word for the day. God bless you. God keep you. Shout out to the Point Players family. Shout out to Bobby Reezy. Still praying for my boy that everything be all right with him, as well as the whole family. Also, shout out to Breezy. Shout out to Vaya. Shout out to my sister. I love all y'all. Thank y'all for joining me on The Point of View. I know I've been kind of MIA for a couple of days, but been a lot of stuff going on. But now I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. So you will have me all week. Hopefully you can have me all week to talk to me and just listen to me talk to y'all for a whole week, if that's all right with y'all. The weekend of sports was crazy, man. Dion and them losing again. The Spartans winning for a change. The Patriots losing again for a change. Oh, my God. That ain't even a change, folks. That's just painful to see. It's painful to see my New England Patriots lose the way they do, man. Very painful, man. The Lakers lost to the Magic. Painful. And they going up against Miami tonight, and they're not expected to win. But I'm hoping that AD and LeBron and those boys put up a good game, man. I want to see what they can do against the Miami Heat, man. Cowboys lost. That kind of makes me smile a little bit because the Eagles are the better team, man. And the Cowboys had a chance, and the Eagles just said, you're not going to win this game. The Chiefs and the Dolphins had a great game. Buffalo still can't get over Burrow. Burrow's knocking the boys out the box every time he play Josh Allen. You know, that's kind of tough to see, but that's exactly what's happening. C.J. Stroud playing great, you know, down there in Houston, man. Got those boys looking like they can be in the playoffs. Lamar's doing this thing as well. The Saints beat the Bears, but LSU lost to Alabama. Man, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of moving parts going on in sports this week. NBA, now college basketball is back up. I wonder what the Demons are going to do, man, you know. And I just want to see, can Northwestern get back to an NCAA college bid, you know, college basketball bid. That's what I'm looking for. LSU as well. I hope they, you know, their basketball team, both men and girls are good. Women, excuse me. That they do what they need to do to win, you know. But ladies and gentlemen, it was a lot of moving pieces this weekend, man, in the world of sports, as well as in the world of professional wrestling as well. As we get ready to watch Monday Night Raw in about an hour, I want to know what's next now for Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre did not beat Seth Rollins Saturday, which I said was not going to happen. I think they need to have a 2-month or at least a 3-month program. If anybody wants to take the belt off of Seth Rollins, then yeah, that would be the guy, Drew McIntyre or Damian Priest. But Sami Zayn stole the money in the bank from Damian Priest, so Damian Priest can't cash in. Yeah, that was crazy as well. John Cena got squashed, guys. I don't know if this is going to be a revenge tactic that he comes back and fights Solo, but if that's how John's going to go out, it's a terrible way for him to go out, folks. He should have went out. If this is, I don't think it's over with. I don't think John Cena has stopped wrestling. I think John Cena will probably go back up against Solo and have a better match with Solo. But he got spiked 10 times in the match. Wow. Shout out to John. I know it's not about John Cena anymore in the business, but hey, I'm just saying, man. If he's going to go out, he needs to go out on a blaze of glory, man. They need to do him like they did Edge. They need to let Edge be a winner in this last match and let John ride off in the sunset. Not only that, folks, Logan Paul became the United States champion. Like I figured what was going to happen. Logan Paul has everything going his way right now. And this contract that he signed with WWE gave him the opportunity to be the United States champion. Now, I hope he does not do what Brock Lesnar does or what Roman Reigns does. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to happen. Logan Paul is going to have the belt hostage if he does not be on TV regularly, which he's probably not, unless they're building him up for a big match at the Rumble or unless they're building him up for a big match at WrestleMania, because he's going to make a WrestleMania match. I can tell you that right now. I would love to see LA Knight defeat Logan Paul to become the United States champion. If you're going to put a title on LA Knight, it should be the United States title. It's exactly what it is. If you're not going to put the world title on him or the undisputed title or a tag team title, then just put that belt on him. Put the United States title on him, or the Intercontinental title. Let him come to Raw and fight Gunther, which they had a match before when he was not Max Dupree, when he was in NXT. Excuse me. Uh, Carly Sane back with the company over Bianca. Io Sky was able to beat Bianca. So now the Sky Pirates are back together. Interesting to see what's going to happen now that Bayley was the one that, knocked Carly Sane out of WWE. We'll see what happens with that. Rhea Ripley still the women's champion. Like I told everybody, she was going to win the match. Cody had a great match with Damian Priest. A lot of moving parts going on there. Sami Zayn beat JD. The pay-per-view was okay for Crown Jewel, but Saudi Arabia usually has a lot of guys there. But I figured out why a lot of people didn't show up to Crown Jewel was because back over here in the United States, they were running live events. And looked like the live events paper card was better than Crown Jewel, kind of. Roman Reigns still the champion over LA Knight, which I knew that LA Knight was not going to beat Roman Reigns. The bloodline got in the way of them losing again, which is typical. And it's just, it's starting to get boring, guys. It's starting to get old. It's starting to get boring. And the killing part about this is Roman Reigns is going to be champion all the way to WrestleMania. So you got about 5 more months of this. So it is what it is, man. Who else can they build up to go up against Roman Reigns? I think you go with AJ Styles if he comes back. I think you go with Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross would fit the bill as a new United States or a new WWE champion. But they don't market him like they're supposed to. He's losing at live events instead of winning matches at live events. He's losing at live events. And that's the thing that I see happening with Karrion Kross. Tonight's game is the Jets versus the Chargers. The Chargers have a chance to win. I think Justin Herbert goes for over 200 yards passing. I hope that your bets tonight go good for you. I pray that God let you win on your bets, your money lines, your picks, your ups, your over and unders, your player performance. There's a lot of NBA games going on tonight with the NBA tournament as well. I want to see what happens. Golden State plays Detroit. They could possibly be the ones that win that tournament, guys. That in-season tournament. The Lakers and the Heat are a part of the tournament as well. I'm hoping that the Lakers beat the Heat tonight. The Clippers play the Knicks, if I'm not mistaken. They've got the Clippers losing to the Knicks. I don't know about that one, man. I mean, as good as Julius Randle and Hart and Bronson and Barrett, those boys are good, but I don't know, guys. I just don't know about it yet. I don't know if they're capable of beating that 4-man hit that's in Clipperland right now. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. The Celtics are playing tonight as well as the Bucks. It's a whole slew of NBA games on tonight, and choose your pick on who you think is gonna win. Also, ladies and gentlemen, AEW had some great matches as well. We'll see what happens with what happens on Collision as well. FTR looks like FTR is going to go back up, going up against the House of Black. Preston Vance and what's the guy's name? His tag team partner, Rule. I don't know his name, but looks like they're gonna be in the mix with those boys as well. I want to see now who's gonna beat Big Bill and Ricky Starks for the tag team titles. That's my next question to AEW, as well as what are you gonna do now with Flair being in AEW? What is he there for? And things like that. But, I looked at, the LSU Alabama game, and they were going neck for neck at first. And I hope Jalen Daniels is fine. But Neighbors, man, is a beast, cuz. Malik Neighbors is a beast, man. That man can get over 100 yards receiving in each game. You mean to tell me that he's not considered as a Heisman Trophy candidate as well as Jalen Daniels? Malik Neighbors should be there. Malik Neighbors gets up to 99 yards a game in catching. Who? Man. Just like the running back for Notre Dame that runs for over 80 yards a game, Marvin Harris Jr., man, there are some great guys out there that can do what they can do, man. I'm just saying. I'm happy that the Spartans won, but I'm not happy that the Patriots lost. And the Patriots had a chance to win the game and tie the game up against the Washington Commanders. Excuse me. And they lost. This is painful, guys. This is very painful to see my team, one of the greatest franchises in NFL history, go from being on the top of the mountain to the bottom of the stain of football, man. And I'm not talking about football stained or nothing like that. I'm talking about the way that they're positioned in the standings, man. This is guys, we're up there like the Chicago Bears right now. We're linked like that. You know what I'm saying? Team that does not have any playoff potential. Kind of like the Denver Broncos. Man, it's tough. It is absolutely tough to see what's going on with my Patriots, man. And you know what? And I'm going to say this. A lot of people are saying, and I had somebody tell me this morning, that Bill Belichick thought that he could win without Tom Brady. It hasn't happened yet. Do I think he can? Yes, I think he can take the Patriots back to the playoffs. But to win like Tom Brady, Mac Jones is going to have to do a whole new reinventing of himself in order to do that. Brock Purdy is the closest thing to Tom Brady right now. And I will say that because he has the mindset of Tom Brady. Mac Jones doesn't. And I know that Mac Jones is not trying to beat Tom Brady. I know he's trying to elevate himself and get himself to where he needs to get. Do not be surprised if the Patriots pick up another quarterback in the draft. Because Ryan Clark said something a couple of weeks ago. He said that the talent that is around the Patriots offense is whack. No, it's not. Because Stevenson can play, Ezekiel Elliott can play, Schuster can play, Bourne can play, Hunter Henry can play. These guys can play. It's just that the offense is not where it's supposed to be. The defense is okay because the defense they're gonna allow points. Don't get me wrong. It's not that. It's the defense. The offense, of the New England Patriots. The quarterback, he I don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't know who they're playing next week, but whoever they're playing next week, they should beat them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they played the Giants yet. I think they do have a game with the Giants because they've played everybody else. I want to see what they do when they play the Giants. I want to see if Mac Jones has enough decency, which he does, has enough go-get in him to get that game done, to get the game. That's all I want to see from him, man. I don't want to see anything else, but I do want to see that from him. And that's just my word on that, folks. I think that this is going to be what it is. I mean, we're going to be a high pick in the draft. They're talking about Bill Belichick is on the hot seat. I do not think that Robert Kraft's going to fire Bill Belichick. I don't think he will. What I think he will do is, I think he will have a conversation with Bill, and I think he's going to ask Bill, what can we do to get better? Because I'm here to tell you guys, the only way that Bill Belichick gets fired from the New England Patriots is if Bill Belichick quits. They just paid him a nice little lump sum of money just a few weeks ago, and they gave him an extension. So if they gave him an extension, that don't mean that he's going to be fired, folks. And I know a lot of people want him to leave and bring Josh McDaniels back in as a coach. Josh McDaniels can fit the bill because he knows the Patriot way. But as long as Bill O'Brien is the offensive coordinator, it's not going to happen. But I do think that Bill O'Brien will possibly, I don't know how true this is, I'm hoping that he stays, but there's a possibility that he might be a head coach somewhere else next season. He could possibly be the Raiders' new coach if the interim coach does not get the job full time. Or he could be the Raiders GM. It's just that plain and simple, folks. You have to read between the lines in sports, man, when you see stuff. Doc Rivers is doing a phenomenal job calling the NBA games. I still think that Mark Jackson should have stayed with ESPN. I think that they should have, brought Doc Rivers in as 2 and kept Mark Jackson as 1. Just that plain and simple. But, Mark Jackson is fine. God bless him. Shout out to Mark Jackson. Shout out to Doc Rivers for doing what they're doing on the sports, on the NBA on ESPN. It's going to be a great week. Tonight is college basketball returning, both men and women. I hope that LSU women realize that they're a target now. Because, man, Angel Reese and them, they got everything they wanted out of this championship. They now have endorsements and all this stuff here. And Angel Reese has to have that same mentality that she had last year that she had this year. I mean, this year she needs to have the same mentality she had last year when they won the NCAA championship for the women. Kim Mulkey as well. Shout out to Kim Mulkey, the coach. They gave her that 10-year, $10 million bag, something like that. She's paid, so now she got to do her job. And this is the big thing about it. Because Kim Mulkey is the coach, they're gonna be high school students wanting to come play for LSU because of how great of a coach Kim Mulkey is. When I think about women coaches in college, I think about the late great Pat Summitt, who had a lot of girls that became WNBA champions, gold medal winners, things like that. When I think about women's basketball, I think in college, Vivian Stringer, I think about her. I think about her great coaching. John Calipari, I think that's his name, Connecticut's coach. I think about them. Not John Calipari. Gino, if I'm not mistaken. I think about him coaching Connecticut, getting them to A to B and things like that. I think about, when I think about women basketball, I think about a lot of people. I think about, Doris. I mean, not Doris Burke. Even though Doris Burke is a great, color commentator, excuse me, for NBA basketball uh, as well as college. I think about Nancy Lieberman, you know, Cheryl Miller, girls like that, women like that, made a platform. I'm not going to talk about how great Maya Moore was. Of course, Candace Parker, Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops, Sue Bird, Donna Taurasi, uh, Cynthia Cooper, Tina Thompson, Nikki McCrae. The list goes on. Tamika Catchings. Um, I think about a lot of those girls in the game. Like I said, Candace Parker. You know, a lot of girls. That I like see them play. Ruth Bolton Hollyfield. I think that's her name. Uh, Penny Taylor. Girls like that. Simone Augustus, Sylvia Fowles, Tina Charles. Uh, you know, some of the great girls of the game, and I just want to give them their flowers because they do a lot for the game. They should get paid more, a little more money than what they're doing, than what they're getting paid in the United States. I think that they need to try to increase these girls, where these girls ain't got to go overseas to make their bag unless they want to. Brittany Griner as well. Shout out to her. And this is just what I see. Asia, Kelsey, Stewie, Bonner, all these people, Alyssa Thomas, girls that play the game, and Angel McCautry, shout out to her as well. These are all trailblazers of the game of WNBA as well as college basketball, women's college basketball at that. Caitlin Clark, you know, and it's just, I just want to give them a respect for what they do in a man-driven sport, which is basketball. But, I wish they would treat our females a lot better. I do. I wish they would give them a little more of the bag, man. Like they do the men. That's just me. No disrespect to the fellas because the fellas get their bag regardless. But I want to see the women get more of them. And there's a lot of fellas out there that want the women to get their bag, get more of their bag. That's what they want. So where they don't have to go overseas all the time unless they want to get their bag, things like that. And it's some great girls that play. Asia, of course I said Asia, but again, shout out to Asia for being a two-time WNBA champion. So, her and Kelsey and Candace, who's won now 3 with 3 different teams, And so that's what I want to see. I want to see, the women get their fair shake with the bag. That's all I want to see, folks. Also, ladies and gentlemen, the format for this week is going to be probably sports recap, but I want to do some special pods, a couple of WWE pods, part 2 of Michael Jackson's favorite songs, my favorite top 10 Michael Jackson songs. Anybody that wants to, text me, who listens, can text me and tell me what else they want to hear, what other sports, top 10s that they want to hear from me. Hopefully Fadeaway, shout out to Fadeaway, give me some more ideas and help me with some more ideas about it, to help me through this here. Also, I want to do a special pod for my boy B.Ray Right now, B.Ray's went through death in his family, but whenever he's ready, me and him can do that too as well. But yeah, I'm happy that we're still here for a purpose. In about none less than 30 minutes, WWE Monday Night Raw's on, NBA basketball's on, Monday Night Football's on. I want you guys to enjoy all of that. Hockey, college basketball, men and women. You know, I want you to enjoy your night of sports, and I will come back on tomorrow with another dose of point of view. God bless you. God keep you. You guys have a great night, a great evening. Keep your head up. Keep God first. Always pray. Peace out. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. How y'all doing? It's your boy Mike D, aka DDE80, aka 13th Wonder of the World, aka Mike DZ. So nice to hear from you all today. Shout out to the Point Place family. Shout out to Bobby Reezy, still holding it down, still keeping him in my prayers as he goes through what he's going through, a tough time right now. I'm just praying that God continues to strengthen him and his family. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say, how is everybody doing tonight? Tonight is a easy night of sports, college basketball, and college football tonight. And hockey, no NBA on tonight, folks, which is a rarity early in the season. There's no NBA games on tonight, so tomorrow we'll kick back up, and then we'll go from there, ladies. NXT's on tonight as well, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight begins the reign of Lara Valkyrie as the new NXT Women's Champion. The Creed brothers are now on Monday Night Raw. After beating DIY last night, they signed a contract. Ivy Nile as well are now on the main roster. They should have been on the roster to be exact, but they finished off. And what's tripping me out is, ladies and gentlemen, is that Braun Breaker's not even made it to the main roster yet. And we're almost going into a whole new year. I think Braun Breaker will possibly be finishing up with NXT probably tonight or within the next couple of weeks. I don't see him still being on NXT before probably no later than January. And the reason why I say that, he's going to finish out this rivalry he has with Von Wagner. And then after that, you're going to see what else happens between Von Wagner and Braun Breaker. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll probably see the closing of that rivalry as well. Also, we're going to find out, did Carmelo Hayes attack Trick Williams? That's also a storyline that we're going to be deep into, as well as Baron Corbin and Dragunov. I think Baron Corbin does need a title shot in NXT. I think he could have a run as a champion, not for long, just for a month or something, or a few days, and give it back to Igor Dragunov. I think that's what you need to do with that. Also tonight as well, it's going to be the Heritage Cup tournament match, championship, whatever it is. Noam Dar versus Tozawa. And we're probably going to see Alpha Academy start having a rivalry with those guys as well, with Nessa and Noam Dar. That could possibly be a new storyline. Last night, Seth Rollins defeated Sami Zayn and things like that. It was an easy match. It was an easy match, and it was great for business. It was great for the show. Now we got War Games coming on. One of my favorites of all time is War Games, folks. I don't want anybody to think that War Games is not it. War Games exactly was it, to get the motion in the boat, get the things going on when you have War Games. War Games is exactly what it is right now, up to par. A great creation by Dusty Rhodes. It's been around for the last 30, close to 40 years. And you're going to see the Judgment Day with JD going up against Seth Rollins, the champion, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, and Sami Zayn. Those are going to be the 4 men that are going to be in it. I think SmackDown possibly could have a War Games match as well. They should, without Roman Reigns in it. We also see from Raw we're going to have Rhea Ripley going up against Zoe Stark, who put her name on the map last night by winning the Battle Royal. Now she gets an opportunity to go at Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's going to beat Zoe Stark. We already know that. We know that Mommy's not coming off that title right now. We know that Mommy's going to be the champion, and we know that she's going to be the champion until WrestleMania. And I'm telling you guys this, whether people believe this or not, it's being set up for Becky Lynch to go up against Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. I don't see any other way of going around this, but I'm telling you guys, even if Becky Lynch does not win the Royal Rumble, which I'm thinking that she's not, I think somebody else will possibly win the Royal Rumble. I don't think Bianca's going to win, I don't think Bianca's going to win this time. I think the favorites to win the Royal Rumble on the men's side, it's going to be guys like Gunther and could possibly be LA Knight, or it could possibly be Cody Rhodes again, or it could be Jey Uso. What would happen if Sami Zayn won the Royal Rumble? That's an interesting side there that you can see happen. Also on the women's side, it could be Nia Jax. It could be Raquel Rodriguez. It could be Bianca again. It could be Charlotte Flair again. It could be Bayley. It could be Dakota Kai. It could even be Kairi Sane. And who I think it could be, it could be anybody from that side as well. But I'm here to tell you, do not be surprised if Becky Lynch wins this Royal Rumble, because they're setting it up for Becky Lynch to go up against Bianca. I'm telling you, show us my name, Michael. I'm telling you guys, show us my name, DDE80. I'm telling you guys, this is what's going to happen. Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch will be a favorite to win the Royal Rumble. She'll win it and win it 5 years later. Or, 4 years ago she won? When she took out Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. I think it was back in the 2019, if I'm not mistaken, because in 2020, I think she went up against Shayna Baszler, I think, for the title at WrestleMania during the pandemic. And that's when she found out she was expecting her child. So her child should be by close to two or 3 years old now, her little baby. Seth Rollins' daughter. So I'm saying to you guys, be on the lookout, if Becky Lynch wins the Royal Rumble. But they're setting it up for her to go up against Rhea Ripley. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. And this time Rhea Ripley may beat Becky Lynch or not. I don't know. We'll see. Miz will go up against Gunther at Survivor Series. I don't think Miz is going to beat Gunther. He does have a chance to break the record. He does have the opportunity to be the first person to defeat Gunther 1, 2, 3. Because Gunther has been defeated in tag matches, as well as been defeated in by countouts and things like that. Chad Gable was the first person to beat him. And I'm here to tell you guys, Gunther, ladies and gentlemen, has that push. But in order for him to win the Raw, he's not going to be. And if WWE does this, this will be another Ultimate Warrior situation, where he becomes the world champion and still be the Intercontinental Champion at Mania. That could possibly happen, folks. He could have an Ultimate Warrior situation. The only thing is that the Ultimate Warrior didn't win the Royal Rumble that year. Hogan won. I think Hulk Hogan won that Royal Rumble, but he lost the title to Warrior at Mania. And a lot of people, and one day I'll go into that story about how people didn't want Hogan to give the Warrior the chance to be the champion. You know, it's just a situation where people need to understand what it is. It is what it is, folks, when it comes down to how things are in the business of professional wrestling. Um, Jade Cargill still hasn't made her debut. I think Jade Cargill, they're still priming her up in the ring, getting her to become, you know, accurate what she does. Um, but I think she will make the Raw roster soon. I don't know what's going on with Nikki Cross, folks. Nikki Cross is in some type of phase. Tegan Knox is back. I think you go with Tegan Knox and Natalya, like I said, to go up against Piper and Chelsea. I don't know if when they're going to win. I don't know when they're going to defend the tag team titles again, but I think when they do defend them, they will lose. I don't know who the women tag team on SmackDown could be. It could be Bayley. It could be Charlotte and Shotzi that could beat them. That's the only tag team I know right now. I think Bianca needs to team up with Charlotte Flair or Shotzi or somebody. And Bianca now needs to. The thing I think she needs to do, folks, is what they're doing with B-Fab. I think B-Fab's going to join with your boys. I think when you do that, I think you can make Bianca and make B-Fab, a tag team. Put them in the suit profits. That's what I think I think that's what they should be. I think that's where you go with that. In order to make it happen, I think that's what you need to do. You need to take a B-Fab, freshen her up, get her skills together, let her team up with Bianca, and make something happen. You can have a two black girls going for winning the tag team titles, if you want to go that route, or you can go with Shotzi and Charlotte, Vega and somebody. You can make teams on SmackDown. And that's, what I'm thinking about that there with that, ladies and gentlemen. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I want to recap last night's NBA. Man, let me tell y'all something. And congratulations to the Chargers for beating the Jets. They played great. Justin Herbert was great. He had a great game last night. Things like that. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about something that I know is going to rile people up. Last night, my boys, the Lakers, lost the Miami trip. The Florida trip. They lost to both the Magic and the Miami Heat. That's the first thing. Was I not happy about that? Of course not. Not only that, the Boston Celtics lost to the T-Wolves. Ant-Man and Karl Anthony Towns had a great game. Boston lost. My homeboy don't like that. Shout out to that boy, the skipper. He don't like that. He ain't like that. B.Ray didn't like that the Clippers, I know he didn't. The Clippers lost to the Knicks. Fade away. The Pelicans, they lost too. They got beat by the defending champions. Man. It was just a bad night for NBA for all good teams. That's why I'm glad they got the break. So they can rejuvenate and get themselves. The Lakers should win tomorrow because I think they play Houston. Then they go back to Phoenix and play the Suns again. Those are some games that they got coming up. They play Houston twice in the swing of things for the next couple of weeks, next days or something like that. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. The Lakers got to stay in the loop. I know it's still early in the season, and I think they'll turn their season around, but we can't have these early season woes already, guys. This is not what it is. We want to be back in the Western Conference and playing for a championship. And I think that will happen and I hope AD's fine. They say he's not going to miss any time, but this is what I'm talking about. This is why we got Christian Woods. This is why we got Jackson Hayes, even though Jackson Hayes didn't play last night. But this is why we got Christian Wood, to offset when AD gets injured. See what I'm saying? And the Lakers came back and made it a game, but they just didn't have enough to win. Also, I want to go back to Sunday and talk about what happened between the Cowboys and the Eagles. Although Dak Prescott played a great game, the Eagles are just a different type of team, man. Yes, they lost to the Jets this year. They squandered a game against the Jets. But let me tell you something. They have beaten everybody that's been in their way. The Patriots, the Giants, the Dolphins, the Cowboys. They haven't played the 49ers yet, I don't think. The Eagles have been on it. And they're looking like the team that will win the NFL championship. They will win the Super Bowl. They look like a Super Bowl binding team, man. And people don't understand that, but I'm telling you guys this because I'm seeing it with my own eyes. I see exactly what's happening with the Eagles. They're good. They're so good. Let me tell you how good they are. They're so good that they made the 49ers go out there and pick up Chase Young with Bosa. Are you kidding me? The 49ers defense is going to be lethal. Lethal. You hear me? But they got to worry about beating the Eagles now because the Eagles are the team to beat. It ain't the Cowboys right now. It's the Eagles. The Eagles are the team to beat, folks. Keep that in mind. The Eagles are the team to... Yeah, the Eagles are the team to beat, folks. And in order for the 49ers to get back in the loop, they've got to figure it out what is going to be. Because the Eagles are the team. In the AFC, Joe Burrow is still beating on Josh Allen. I still think that the Bills have a chance to win the Super Bowl. I still think Kansas City can bounce back, and they did bounce back in the game against the Dolphins. But the problem with Kansas City is that their defense is not stopping people like they're supposed to. We knew that the Dolphins were going to make a run, but the Chiefs beat on them early. So that's the thing about that. The Patriots play the Giants next week, I think. Man, I hope we beat the Giants. I think we're going on a bye, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look back at the schedule. The Patriots need rest. They need to figure out what's going on here. Man, we're up there with the Bears. We have a worse bet, almost tied with the Bears and the Giants in losses. So we'll see what happens with the Patriots as well. Also, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your night of sports. Enjoy college basketball. Enjoy college football. Enjoy NXT. God bless you. God keep you. Again, M. Breezy, I'm sorry, man, I haven't been on, but I'm on. I'm trying to get all these posted for you so that you and Naya can see and listen to the podcast point of view. God bless you. God keep you. Good night. See you guys tomorrow.